Hey, what's going on, my friends? In this video, we are going to dive into 6 different tips or tricks that you can apply to your tasker experience so that you can make more money today, tomorrow, this week, next week. I mean, the goal is to make more money in 2022 than what you did this current year of 2021. So I hope you guys stick around for this full video and take in these tips or tricks and apply them to your particular situation. And if you do, please feel free to comment, come back, comment, or subscribe to the channel, because then you can, you'll stay up to date on all my TaskRabbit videos. But, I always enjoy and appreciate hearing feedback from viewers and subscribers who have actually implemented some of the practices, some of the strategies that I talk about here on this channel. So if you guys benefit from any of these tips or tricks, please like this video, comment down below, and also let us know if there's anything else that we can do to make more money in 2022 here on TaskRabbit if I don't cover it in this video. I really want to just share, for those of you out there who aren't familiar with TaskRabbit, really quickly, TaskRabbit is an online and mobile platform that connects people with skilled, reliable taskers from their local communities who can help them get more done at home. From assembling furniture and minor home repairs to cleaning and moving, TaskRabbit is help for life. As a two-sided marketplace, TaskRabbit also helps create new work opportunities for self-employed independent contractors, taskers, whether it's to earn extra income or build a full-time business, all at their own direction, on their own schedules. And this is why I've literally created a TaskRabbit Moneymaker course. It's completely free to help other people out there to, one, get introduced to this platform, but two, to get the ball rolling so that you can start to make some good money with this platform. And again, you do it at your own pace. You're the boss. You decide when you want to work. You decide what you want to help people with. I absolutely love TaskRabbit, and I believe so many more people out there will benefit from this platform if they are introduced to it, if they actually get on board, give it a shot. And I'm hoping this video helps. So without further ado, let's jump into my 6 tips, tricks to help you with making more money here on TaskRabbit in 2022. So number 1 on my list, got my little tab here. We're going to jump into it. Number 1 on the list is to consider 2xing your rate. And I actually don't do this myself. I do have a increase. So TaskRabbit, if you book someone on TaskRabbit, it automatically has a 1-hour minimum. That said, you'll see there are a lot of people on the platform who do have a 2-hour minimum. And as a result of doing so, someone might get booked for, I don't know, a cleaning job or help with moving something that's only going to take 30 minutes or 45 minutes. But because they have that 2-hour minimum and the customer agreed to it, they booked them and they agreed to it, well, you just got paid twice as much in the same amount of time. So literally, the way people generally do it, they'll have it in their description, in their category on TaskRabbit, and it'll say a 2-hour minimum. But also when a customer books you, the first thing, or one of the first few things you probably want to let them know is, I have a 2-hour minimum, and get them to confirm to it, get them to agree that that's fine. They'll pay for it. And ultimately, I think a lot of people just do it because they see other people do it. I don't have a 2-hour minimum. I do have a 1.5 hour minimum. And part of my thought process is, the reason I have a more than a 1-hour minimum, me personally, and hey, maybe you want to just run with this. If a customer asks you or they question you, because sometimes you'll get someone who will push back a little bit, I generally will just be honest with them and say, this helps cover my travel time. I know you believe this job is only going to take an hour, but I have to actually leave my house and drive all the way there and then drive all the way back home. And technically, there might be a place where it's a 30-minute drive for me to get there and then a 30-minute drive to get back home. Well, that's 1 hour right there. And then if the job takes an hour, that's 2 hours. But like I said, I only have a 1.5 hour minimum. Now, a lot of people have 2-hour minimums and they make a lot of money. They would remove it if they weren't making money from it. So it definitely works. And I've done it before, depending on the time of the year, how busy things are. and things like that. But ultimately, I just have a 1.5 hour minimum because it helps keep me, it helps separate me from the pack. A lot of people have the 2 hour minimum. Most of them don't even know why they have it. They just have it because they just want to make more money, and that's completely fine. To each his own. But, like I said, I have it to help cover my travel time because I know sometimes I'll drive somewhere that's 30 minutes away, 30 minutes to get back home. The job itself might take an hour. Well, like I said, that's 2 hours there, but I'm at least getting compensated for an hour and a half. So that tip right there, that's up for you as to how you want to approach it. Most people have the 2 hour minimum. Like I said, I like the 1.5. It helps separate me from other people. But it's also me not abusing the situation. I want my customers to respect me, and I want to respect them. And, I think a lot of people who do some of these just 2x just for the fun of it, they just want the quick cash. They just want the money. They're in and out, and that's all they care about. That's not me. And we'll dive into this kind of thought process in another point coming up. Number 2 is to bring other taskers. And what I mean is, if you are doing a job that maybe it's yard work and it's a big yard, it's going to take a bunch of hours, or it's a moving job and the customer's old, they can't move with you. So they potentially are going to book another tasker. Well, you can essentially bring another tasker yourself and invoice, or should I say expense, the customer for that tasker. And so by doing this, you can essentially make a few dollars by bringing the tasker yourself and essentially charging maybe $5, $10, $15 more, or even much more, but more than what it is you pay the other tasker. So if the other tasker is making $30, well, you can charge the customer $40 for the tasker or $50 for the tasker. And then that difference, you pay them their $30, and then you keep the difference. And the key thing with this is TaskRabbit wants to know essentially if you are doing this. What I did early on was I literally sent them an email. I reached out to the other taskers that I work with, and I said, hey, what's your full name, your email address, and I think contact information or phone number, something like that. One other thing I feel like, maybe it was just your full name and email address. Yeah. And basically you just send an email to TaskRabbit saying, these are the other taskers that I often work with and occasionally bring them on jobs to support me. And you just do this just to cover your butt, just to let TaskRabbit know that, you are being proactive with, staying on top of your ish and not falling behind, not slacking, and not breaking any policies or anything like that. And so this has been a game changer for me. When I first implemented this, and I wasn't initially thinking about, I can make money off of this. It was really, excuse me. It was really just there were a few different thought processes, but ultimately customers appreciate it when they don't have to go through and book another person. They don't have to deal with trying to find someone else. So you're helping to speed up the process for them to book, moving help or yard work help or whatever it is. On top of that, depending on how much, that person, how much you charge for that person, they might be saving some money as well, because if they book directly through TaskRabbit, they're going to have to pay all of, that person their fee, but then they got to pay TaskRabbit all of those additional fees that they add into the mix. So it's kind of a win-win situation where not only usually the customer can kind of save a few dollars, you make a few dollars, they save a few dollars, and it just ends up being a win-win situation for everyone. Now, it's not always the best thing to do, just because you also do kind of take on additional responsibility, because if the tasker isn't booked through TaskRabbit and you bring them to the job, if something happens, well, you're the one who's responsible for that tasker and yourself. So that's why people, tend to stay away from doing such a thing, because they don't want to deal with that. And, I'll make another video maybe diving into that, because I do have some experiences that might, make you second guess if it's something you do want to do, if it's worth it. Or maybe you'll say, you know what, I'm willing to take those risks, and, the trade-off is it's worth it to me. So definitely wanted to make sure I mention that, because I think too often people only look at, the grass is greener on the other side, not thinking about what potentially could arise in that grass. There might be some snakes in there. All right, guys. So number 3 on the list is same day availability. Oftentimes people need help last minute. Maybe their moving company or their grounds crew or the person, their assistant, got sick, or someone just, they bailed on them for whatever reason. And it's not uncommon to get booked for same day jobs if you have your same day availability on. A lot of people don't like it because, they want to be able to plan their day. They want to know what's coming. So a lot of taskers don't use same day availability. But I've found, based on my experience and my kind of data and research, because I kind of log everything, you will make a lot more money if you have same day availability on. I can almost guarantee it. Again, it's tough because, you can't plan your day, and you might be doing something and all of a sudden someone books you for 2 hours from there or 3 hours from there, and you might not want to have to go and do it. It can be a little tricky like that at times. But hey, if your goal is to make money, you're gonna do it. And I got my, even today, right now, it's 6:46 p.m. I still have my same day availability on. So if someone wants to book me for tonight at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, I'm game. I'm gonna get out there and work my butt off and make some money. And it's a beautiful thing because that customer got help. They it got last minute help, same day help. Generally, those customers always appreciate it. Not to say they're always the best, because sometimes there might be a customer who just, always procrastinates, or they're always last minute with things, and, maybe not organized. Everyone's different. Every situation is going to be different. But ultimately, if you want to make more money on TaskRabbit, turn on your same day availability. Absolutely. Number 4 is to upsell your customers. I've made a video talking about how you can upsell your customer, and ultimately you got to go and watch that video, because there is always, something that you might be able to help someone with outside of that initial reason that they reached out to you, that they booked you for, and I'm not saying you're guaranteed to make money trying to upsell someone, but if you're there doing something and you see something else that you can potentially help with and make money off of, and I don't mean make money, but essentially it comes down to the value that you're bringing to customers. And by bringing more value to a customer, you're going to make more money, essentially, because they're going to say, hey, can you also help with this? Can you also help with that? And to upsell a customer, ultimately, you want to do one thing and then let them know that you can also assist with something else. That's really all upselling is. And we're not going to dive into, specific details and examples in this video, because I made a video diving into it. So if I remember, I'll add a link to it above my head or in the description area, or definitely check out the TaskRabbit Money Maker course, because this video and that video will both be in the course. Number 5, if you are staying busy, the next best move for you to do if you want to make more money is to increase your rates. Now, I don't mean double your rates, don't triple your rates, but go up a few dollars. Test the waters, because if you're staying busy right now at this current rate, maybe it's 25, maybe it's 30, maybe it's 50, whatever it might be. Well, if you go up a few dollars, customers might not really notice, they might not care, they might not mind. And based off of the quality of work that you're able to produce, maybe they think it's worth it. Maybe if you doubled it, maybe they would still potentially agree with paying you at that rate. But, it really just comes down to you kind of testing the waters a bit, So if your rate's $20 and you're staying busy, you're booked all day, you're staying busy at $20 an hour, go up a little bit. Maybe try $25 an hour. See how frequent you stay busy then. If you're still staying just as busy, well, you probably know that you want to go up more with your hourly rate. But if you go up to 30 and all of a sudden no one books you, you went too high, you need to go lower with your rate so that you can start to make money again. So it kind of is a trial and error process, and you got to really just test the waters. If someone books you, if people book you at a given rate, then that's probably a gold mine and you probably want to stay there. But, you know, again, it's going to be trial and error. You're going to have to kind of keep track of like your rates and, you know, where things are at when you have a particular rate, so that you know if you need to go higher or lower with your rate. And number 6 on this list, and something I've kind of alluded to in one of the previous tips, is to essentially make sure you are doing great work. If you do great work, I don't want to say are guaranteed more business from that customer. It might not necessarily mean it's going to be guaranteed business from that customer, but it definitely helps to increase your chance that a customer will book you again and or recommend you to others. And that could even be in the form of just simply leaving you a review, which is incredibly powerful and will help you with making more money. You know, so by you doing like going above and beyond, just doing really good work for a customer, they're going to remember you. They're going to say, okay, I'm going to reach out to this person again when I need help with XYZ because they did such a superb job. I want them again. I want them. I don't want to work with someone else who I've never worked with and it might be iffy. No, I've worked with this person before. I know they know what they're doing. I know they are personable. They can, you know, we can have a good conversation. I trust them. They've been in my house before, you know, so all of those little thoughts that a customer might have will absolutely play a role with, you know, how much money you can make on TaskRabbit. And like I said, just go above and beyond because they will not only remember you, but they'll potentially give you a tip. So you're going to make more money there. They'll reach back out to you potentially for help again in the future with the same thing or something similar. And then, like I said, they're willing to leave a review. They're willing to refer you to their friends or colleagues. And all of these things will help you with making more money. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Definitely give it a nice thumbs up if you did. I hope you guys try to apply 1, 2, 3, or all of these kind of tips and make more money, because if you don't try it, you're probably not going to make more money. Maybe you will on your own anyway. But I think these 6 tips will be a game changer for some of you guys out there. Some of you might have already, you know, you might be hip to these tips and whatnot. But having someone reinforce it might be all you needed. Maybe you've been like, oh, I want to raise my rates, but I don't know, or I tried to raise it. I didn't really get booked that much. Maybe you go down a little bit. You know, maybe you raised it too much. You know, again, it's just trial and error. So anyway, feel free to comment down below with your thoughts. Are there any other gems, any other ways that taskers can make more money here on TaskRabbit? What else? What am I missing? Comment down below with your thoughts. And while you're down there, feel free to smash that like button and also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so then you can stay up to date on all my latest TaskRabbit and other money making videos, as well as managing and growing your money too. So on that note, I'm going to keep it moving. Much appreciation for watching. Definitely check out the TaskRabbit Money Maker course, which will include this video and many more. But on that note, I got to keep it moving. But you already know, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.